So, welcome friends to the 6th Vishwa Sampurna Swasthya Divas, the 6th World Holistic Health Day, which Sukhi Sansar has been celebrating since 2019 on the birthday of our beloved Prime Minister Shri Narendra ModiJi, 17th September. So, we wish him a long and healthy life, and from I think every Indian. And I'll just introduce the topic of the day, the theme of the day, and then hand over to the event moderator, Dr. Sushil Kumar Chauhan. So 6th World Holistic Health Day, and the seminar theme is Preventing Depression and Suicides Among Indian Youth. Young India cannot afford to lose her demographic advantage. So हम लोग न्यूज़पेपर देखते हैं तो कम से कम 6 पेज में इट्स ऑल अबाउट सुसाइड, स्कूल चिल्ड्रन कर रहे हैं, कोटा में कर रहे हैं, जिनकी आईटी में एडमिशन हो गए वो भी कर रहे हैं, जिनको नहीं मिल रही वो भी कर रहे हैं, जिनको मिल गई वो भी कर रहे हैं, जॉब्स में कर रहे हैं. तो आई थिंक इट वाज अ वेरी रेलेवेंट टॉपिक विच वी टुक अप फॉर दिस टाइम वर्ल्ड होलिस्टिक हेल्थ डे. And I'll be speaking on basically 3 aspects: introduction to Sukhi Sansar, then about World Holistic Health Day, and introduction to the seminar theme. So, Dr. Sushrut Almast Welfare Trust, Sukhi Sansar, was established in August 2011 with the blessings of Swami Akhandanandji, ModiJi, Saraswati, and the desires of my parents, Dr. Sansar Chand, who was a surgeon, and my mother, Dr. Sushila, was a gynecologist, to promote holistic health. They believe that health, we are just concentrating on physical health, but what is important is physical, mental, social, spiritual, and financial. Although WHO defined health as a state of physical, mental, social, spiritual well-being, but till today it has not been introduced in the medical schools across the world. And financial health has been a recent addition because of the economic situation which people face, and ups and downs, and then they end up into trouble and then depression. So these are our programs, because our main focus is on holistic health. So we have physical health programs, we have mental health, social health, spiritual health, and financial health programs, which we conduct regularly. And this is our important program which we introduced once ModiJi started the campaign of Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. And we have this Beti Mahotsav. It's a 7-day program where you can see yoga training to the daughters, taking them to the police stations, meeting the police people so that they do not fear the police, and lots of other painting competition, Kavi Sammelan on women. And the last time it was inaugurated by Shri Mahesh Sharma ji, Member of Parliament, and Menka Gandhi ji, who was then the Child and Women Development Minister. And our program on physical health, Chubba Rustam, entered the Limca Book of Records when we conducted a 90-day workshop in the Tihar jail, doing this sugar test and blood pressure, and also imparted yoga training to the inmates. And it was very successful, a 90-day program, more than 7,000 checkups, including the police staff. And this is the reason why we started the World Holistic Health Day. We realized that ModiJi has this desire to promote all aspects of health, whether it is spiritual health, he had the Yoga Day, then social health, so many schemes, Swachh Bharat and Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, financial health, so many schemes, Jan Dhan Yojana. So we decided to have, and then our first this World Yoga Day was in 2019, and different topics we take: preventive health, integrated health care, then holistic health care, different every year. And this time we are having this seminar on important topic of preventing depression and suicide among Indian youth, an integrated approach, because that is what is important, both in terms of holistic health and integrated in terms of all different kinds of sciences to be involved. And since we are talking of youth, so how do we define youth? So there are different definitions, but I think for the purpose of our seminar, I think we are taking this Victor Hugo definition of 40 is the old age of youth and 50 the youth of old age. So our age group covers today's seminar from age group from 15 to 40 years. And these are the regular features in the newspapers about suicide wing committing and the quota, the city of training for IITs and NEET and everything. They had to come up with this article because people were saying Kota city is the suicide city. And then they published certain important things that these are the precautions we are taking. But till today, I mean, in this year only, I think more than 20 children have taken their life by suicide. And I think whatever efforts we are making are not achieved. We are not able to achieve our targets. This is the entirely, you see the high rate of suicides state-wise and city-wise. It's really very heartbreaking. So many young, India is a young country, youngest in the world. We have so much of youth talent and they are just, we are losing the talent. This is the status today. Last year, neuropsychiatric drugs among the top 10 sellers, Gen Z. So as I said, age 15 to age 40, it covers both Gen Y, the millennials and the Gen Z. And so these are the basic group which look at the quantity, 11,774 crores of mental health drugs Indian children are taking. We have to do something about it. And 10 September was the World Suicide Prevention Day. And you can see India is one of the highest number of suicide deaths in the world with at least 1,70,000, 12 per 10, 1 lakh in 2022. And there was this article a few days back on 10 that about need for societal public health. And so they talked about the risk factor of not only mental health, but financial hardship, fractures, family relation, domestic violence, childhood trauma, bullying, negative peer pressure, substance abuse and lack of access of health care. But I think there are 4 or 5 other issues which are very important. One is the genetic predisposition, which they have not said. Then the sanskar we are giving to our children. We're not training them to handle difficult situations in life. The peer pressure, as I said that I think we are in the Zen X, Y, Z. So we are born in 1960s, and then there is the 1980s group, millennials, and those after 2000, the Z group. And I think every 20 years, the thought process of the people change, the thought process of the children change, and we cannot have one single formula for every age group. The kind of thinking pattern the Gen Zs have, or the kind of thinking pattern the millennials have, or we have, is very different, and we have to be managed it differently. So there are so many other factors. Look at the dark film. You know, I see my children watching movies, the dark movies. I cannot sit for 5 minutes. I go into severe depression, and they watch the entire film. So think somebody who is in the mild depression, if he sees such kind of movies, the child will go into severe depression. He'll think everything is useless, life is useless. And this is what our PM is stressing about the values. And he talks of the mental health many times, and he was also praising some startups like Your Dost and InVihil. I tried to find out about them, what they are doing, but he said that they are doing a good job on mental health. And this is another area which I think very important today. तो आयुर्वेद में कहते हैं कि हर बीमारी का जड़ पेट में है, तो जो हम कैसे बैक्टीरिया पेट में पाल रहे हैं उसी तरह की हमको बीमारियाँ होंगी. These days it has that gut flora, उसको कैंसर, it also causes cancer, diabetes, hypertension. Even yesterday Dr. Vineet was saying that they are doing a lot of work on gut flora in causing infertility. So almost every disease. तो आपका जो gut flora है जो आपने पाला है वो आप जो खा रहे हो उस पर डिपेंड करता है, कितना खा रहे हो, कब खा रहे हो. सो आई थिंक वी हैव टू गो वेरी डीप इनटू एंड इमेजिन द फूड कॉजेज डिप्रेशन, एंजाइटी एंड डिमेंशिक बिहेवियर. कैन यू इमेजिन? सो ए पर्सन इज ऑलरेडी इनटू डिप्रेशन, एंड आई थिंक वी हैव अ न्यूट्रिशनिस्ट हियर विल बी. सो आई कॉल्ड हर टू टेल अस व्हाट न्यूट्रिशन वी शुड हैव ड्यूरिंग टू प्रिवेंट डिप्रेशन एंड टू अवॉइड. एंड देन दिस इज अबाउट द स्पिरिचुअल हेल्थ. आई थिंक देयर इज अ स्ट्रॉन्ग स्पिरिचुअल डिस्कनेक्ट. We are not able to, both the spiritual material life has to go along together. Both have to proceed together, but we don't. And if you talk of I think the two books which I have read, one of them, the Bhagavad Gita, actually what it is only 2 words, professional aptitude and dharma. You know, Kshatriya dharma, and the Gita is over. If you are a Kshatriya, you have to perform dharma, forget everything else. So if you are a doctor, engineer, chartered accountant, or if you are into business, or if you are some kind of into army, or if you are into healthcare services, or you are into hospitality or film as an actor, you need to understand that is a professional dharma. You have to give a certain priority, and more than that, you have to have the aptitude. You know, these children are under peer pressure or parent pressure. They go into certain profession. My father is a doctor, let me become a doctor. And then they, you know, the parents said you have to become a doctor. Or, you know, this thing, and the aptitude is something else. And that leads to, you know, lot of depression. They're not able to cope up. Look at things, I mean, the people in the quota are taking life. We do not know the reasons. It could be study pressure. It could be that a failed love affair. It could be that the child might be taking drug abuse. We do not know. Because actual fact, why that student, whether IIT or quota, took life, we do not know. We just, so we think that, oh, it is the pressure. But it could be a number of factors. And this is the one, I think, what should be taught in every school and college, the Yoga Vashisht. So when Bhagwan Ram, he topped his class, he was 17-year-old, he had completed everything, and he was to become the king. And Dashrath said, be prepared. He suddenly developed Vairagya. वो बोले कि ये सब मेरे से ये उल्टे पुल्टे काम नहीं होते, मैं तो वरना साधु चल लें. तो फिर उन्होंने योग वशिष्ठ जी को बुलाया. योग वशिष्ठ ने उनको दो चीज़ बताई. उन्होंने कहा, देखो, चाहे साधु बनो, संत बनो या राजा बनो, साम दाम दंड वेद, है ना, प्रारब्ध कर्म एप्टीट्यूड सब जगह होगा. ये बड़े बड़े संत दिख रहे हैं, इन्होंने भी साम दाम दंड वेद यूज़ करे हुए हैं. आपको अगर जीवन में रहना है, आप चाहे किसी भी प्रोफेशन में जाओ, आपको ये सारी चीज़ें फेस करनी पड़ेंगी. साम दाम दंड वेद रिद्धि सिद्धि सब जगह आएगी. तो भागने से कुछ नहीं होगा. असली चीज़ है कि आपको धर्म का रास्ता अपनाना है, अधर्म का. एक राजा भी धर्मी अधर्मी हो सकता है, एक साधु भी धर्मी अधर्मी हो सकता है, एक डॉक्टर भी धर्मी अधर्मी हो सकता है. सो इट इज़ योर, यू नो, आप क्या करना चाहते हो. तो इट इज़ अ ब्यूटिफुल बुक योग वशिष्ठ. मैंने तो आपको शॉर्ट में बताया, पर आप एक एक लाइन पढ़ेंगे, अगर बच्चे पढ़ लें तो डिप्रेशन भाग जाएगा. एंड दिस इज़ अवर टुडे. सो वी हैव कवर्ड, ट्राई टू ऑल दी टॉपिक्स ऑन मॉडर्न साइकेट्री, आयुर्वेदा, होम्योपैथी, योगा, एक्यूप्रेशर, हार्ट अटैक इन youth. Look, I was talking to Dr. Viveka a few days, 17-year-old, 16-year-old having heart attack. I'm not sure what is the cause, whether depression is causing heart attack. And after heart attack, a 18-year-old goes into depression. He'll be talking today on this detail. Similarly for cancers in youth and nutrition. And then medical astrology, Dr. Charak is a surgeon, and I'm also doing medical astrology last 40 years. I did Doshri Vitarat from Vidya Bhavan. And Dr. Charak has been teaching medical astrology for the last 40 years. He's a surgeon also. And he was telling me a few days back that he has a batch of 40 students from Afghanistan who are taking his regular online lectures. He has taught, he's been 40 years, he's taught almost students of medical astrology across the world. Similarly, financial health. So, Ram Kumar Gupta, if he has arrived, I think he'll arrive at 4 o'clock. So, there was a story in the newspaper that a 30-year-old executive, you know, he was earning a salary of more than 10 lakhs a month. And he died in an accident. So they were living in Noida. His wife they were living in a 10th floor skyscraper. They were a 6-month-old child. And she keeps the child in the door of the neighbor and jumps also. Now, why did she commit suicide? Whether she never knew the financial situation of her husband, one is not clear. Another question arises is the minor child. Who is the guardian? Can anybody say who is the guardian of that murdered child? Nana, Nani, Dada, Dadi, who? So these things are very important. So the President of India is the guardian. Unless and until you leave behind a note saying that if both of us die, our minor children will be Nana Nani, will stay with Nana Nani or Dada Dadi, the President of India. Then you go to the court and apply to the President of India, please give us. And there is a fight between Nana Nani and Dada Dadi. So these are very, very important issues, because what we were earning at the age of 40, 50, our children are earning as of 20,000 times more than that. They have to plan their financial wealth. And similarly, Vedic scripture, I have some example. Dr. Shri Swami Suranand will be talking on that. And this program has been because of the support of Healthy Heart Society. Dr. Viveka has been always supporting holistic health and the topics which we take. The new shop, which is the fastest growing retail chain in the country today. Vision Forum of India, Dr. Chauhan brainchild, and you would believe teaching doctors for the last 17 years non-stop, and tomorrow is going to be the CME number 900. Every Wednesday after Wednesday, Dr. Chauhan is teaching for 2007, and tomorrow at this venue we are having CME number 900 to train the doctors, and all these CMEs we are putting on the YouTube channel, Physician Forum of India, and doctors across the world are also getting that knowledge. So Dr. Chauhan will be taking care from here, and he will be conducting the entire this thing. And this is what Modi urges party workers to focus on youth and women. So youth we are taking this time, 2025, our topic is preventing crime against women. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Sushrut, for setting the context. I am not going to elaborate on that any further. We need to straight away get on with the agenda.